In this video, we're going to introduce X-bar theory. So X-bar theory is a widely known theory of syntax and constituents. And it looks a little bit like this. So this might not make much sense at first, but we'll go through each step by step, and we'll show you how to build some really basic structures. At the very end of the video, I'll do a really complicated structure. And then the next video in the series will be some practice sentences to kind of get used to doing this X-bar theory. I really recommend looking at online resources as well, other than this video, for more visual explanations as well as more practice sentences. There is no way to learn X-bar theory in one video and master it. It is impossible for any person to give a perfect lecture on X-bar theory with total understanding in 20 minutes. It's not possible. Trust me, I've seen students, it just does not work. Okay, so here's the X-bar theory. We have a phrase, which we'll call an XP. So this could be a noun phrase, a verb phrase, an adjective phrase, adverb phrase, whatever. It has three levels to it. It has a specifier, and not every tree will have all of these, but if it does have a specifier, it will be the daughter of the phrase level and sister to a bar level. So these are words like, so in a noun phrase you could have the for the dog. We'll see some other specifiers later. We'll have adjuncts, which are daughters of bars and sisters of bars. And these are like optional or modifiers. So if we have something like the happy man, we'd have our adjectives here, or slowly ate, or slept at night. So these are all modifiers, they're adjuncts. Finally, complements are daughters to the X bar level and sisters to just the X level. And complements, like in verbs, when we take our objects from verbs, or if we have something like map of Canada. So this of Canada, this isn't a modifier of Canada. This is like, oh, this is what the map is of. Okay, so those are complements. And we'll look at all of these three things in detail. Finally, the head of a phrase. So if you have an XP, then the head is the X. So if we have a noun phrase, an NP, the head is a noun. If we have a verb phrase, a VP, the head is the verb. Okay, specifiers. So specifiers. Here we have a noun phrase. So the book. Okay. So specifiers, which in this case would be our determiners for nouns, they are daughters to the NPs and sisters to N bars. Okay. So the is our determiner. And then book, well, book is the head of the noun phrase. So book is under just the N. So the book. Okay. Notice here that I have this N bar level. Even though nothing attaches to it, we still have to maintain the N bar level for now, just to show that this is in fact a specifier. Because remember, specifiers, if we take a look at this diagram, specifiers are daughters to XPs and sisters to X bars. So here is a sister to an N bar and a daughter of an NP. So this is a specifier. And again, book is the head noun, so it's under the head, which is just N. Okay, very happy. Very is a specifier of happy. So very, this is a degree word. Let's just call it, or an intensifier. Let's just call it deg for degree. You can also call it int for intensifier. So this is the word very. And again, this is a specifier, so it has to be a sister to an A bar. And then happy is the adjective head of the adjective phrase. So that's under A. And if you're saying, well, what do we need A bar for? Well, we'll get to adjuncts in a second. Okay, finally, quickly eat. So in this case, quickly, well, quickly is an adverb. So in this case, to be consistent, this is one of those cases where an adverb phrase is the specifier. So again, because it's an adverb phrase, we have to have an adverb bar level and an adverb head level. So this is where quickly is. Okay, it's a little bit more in depth because degrees and determiners aren't phrases. But then eat. So the specifier is a sister to a V bar level. And then eat is a head verb. So we have quickly eat. Okay, so again, we don't actually have to draw this whole structure out. We can abbreviate a little bit. So let's cheat and abbreviate a little bit. An adverb phrase, because it's just a single word, we can do this triangle. And within this triangle, all it means is that the adverb far and the adverb are just sitting in there, and they're just going one branch down to each other. Okay, so this is the specifier position. And again, think of it as positional. Think of the word specifier to mean a specific position. The specific position of a specifier is right below the phrase and to the sister of a bar. That is the position of a specifier. And these specifiers will always occur in the same position in English. Okay. Let's contrast that with adjuncts. So the big book. Okay, in this case I have a specifier as well. So we can start with the specifier. So specifiers are determiners. They are daughters of phrases and sisters of bars. So we have the here. And then big. So big is an adjunct. It is a modifier. So this will be the daughter of a bar level as well as the sister of a bar level. Okay? And then adjectives are always adjective phrases. So they will also go down to bar levels and then to heads. So this is big. So the big book. And then book is a noun, and it is the head of the noun phrase. So the big book. Okay. So again, the important part for this position here is that the adjunct is the daughter of a bar and a sister of a bar. Okay, what about eat at night? Okay, eat at night. So eat. Well, eat is the head of the sentence. At night is an adjunct. So at night has to be the sister of a bar as well as the daughter of a bar. So there is no specifier here. So we don't have anything branching out below the phrase. But we do have this adjunct. So at night is a prepositional phrase adjunct. So again, daughter of a bar level, sister to a bar level. And then eat is, of course, the head of the verb phrase. Okay, so that's eat. Now at night, what I kind of want to do here is I want to cheat and just write at night so you can see specifically that it is an adjunct by pointing out that it is the daughter of a V-bar and sister of a V-bar. However, to show complements as well, I will further draw this tree out. So P-bar and P, so at is the head of the prepositional phrase. And at night, so night is a complement. And that means that night is going to be the daughter of a bar and the sister of a head. So I'll cover this in more detail in the next slide. I just want to make sure that I'm giving you the full trees for these sentences. Okay, similar, man with diabetes. So it's not the man with diabetes or a man with diabetes. There is no specifier here. So we go straight to the bar level. With diabetes is an adjunct. So it is going to be a daughter of an N bar and sister of an N bar. And then finally, man. Man is the head noun. So again, with diabetes, it's going to take the same form as the previous sentence. With is the head of the prepositional phrase, and diabetes is the adjunct, the complement. Diabetes is the complement because you have to be with something. So with needs something else with it. It needs a noun phrase, so that is the complement. And again, there's no specifiers, no adjuncts, so there's no other sisters to the N bar level. And then diabetes again is our noun, our head noun, so it's at the bottom here. Okay, so those are adjuncts. Again, the point is adjunct, sister of a bar, daughter of a bar. Sister of a bar, daughter of a bar. Sister of a bar, daughter of a bar. Those are our adjunct position. Finally, complements. In the morning. So in, you have to be in something. You can't just be in. So we have a P bar, and our complements are going to be daughters of bar levels and sisters to heads. So in is the head. And then the morning is going to be the complement of in. So we have a noun phrase here for the morning. Remember, the is a specifier. So the is going to be below the phrase and sister to a bar level. And then finally, morning is the head noun of the noun phrase. So in the morning. Okay. Map of Canada. So of Canada here is not an adjunct. It is a complement. So there's no specifier. So we don't need any sister to the bar. But our head map takes a complement of Canada, and of Canada is a prepositional phrase. So we can go down to of, which is the head of the prepositional phrase, and of needs something. It can't just be the map of, it has to be the map of something. So that something is our complement, map of Canada, which is our NP, and there's no specifiers or adjuncts here, it's just the head, so map of Canada. I'm going to be really detailed and draw out all these bar levels for the first few videos. We'll condense it later when you get the big idea and the big picture behind the bar levels. Okay, drink the soda. Okay, so the soda is the complement of drink. Therefore, it will be the sister of drink and the daughter of the V-bar for the soda. And again, we've seen the soda, so the is the determiner. So it is the sister of N-bar, daughter of the NP, and then soda is, of course, the head of the noun phrase. So it is on the end node. So drink the soda. Those are complements. Okay, so we've done specifiers, adjuncts, and complements. We've kind of seen them together, but we haven't done a huge example of them together yet. So we're going to draw an example, but here's the first question. How do we distinguish what's a complement and what's an adjunct? Okay, well, here's the sentence. The map of Canada with a glossy legend. So, with complements and adjuncts, a complement has to appear first in order to keep the same meaning. Adjuncts can swap their order and not change the meaning of a sentence. Okay, so the map of Canada with a glossy legend. If of Canada is an adjunct, then we can swap it around and it has the same meaning. So the map with a glossy legend of Canada does not have the same meaning. Because in this other example, when the adjunct is flipped with the complement, this of Canada now modifies legend. So the of Canada, it is now a legend of Canada, not a map of Canada. The map could be of anything, but the legend only has Canada in it. Therefore, we can't swap the order of these two. The complement and the adjunct. So the complement will appear closer to the head. So map is the head, the complement must appear earlier than the adjunct. If the adjunct appears first, then we can see it has a different meaning. So let's draw this sentence, the map of Canada with a glossy legend. Okay, so this whole thing is a noun phrase. And first of all, the. So we have the map of Canada. So the is a specifier, so it is a daughter of the NP, and sister to an N-bar level. Now, with the glossy legend is an adjunct, and of Canada is a complement. So with a glossy legend is going to be the daughter of an N-bar and the sister of an N-bar because it is an adjunct. Okay? So let's do with a glossy legend. Actually, let's do that after. Let's do map of Canada first. Let's get the adjunct, or the complement in there. So complements are going to be daughters of N-bars and sisters of heads. So this is map, and then we have of Canada. So here is our complement, and here is our adjunct. Okay, so let's do the complement of Canada. So again, of is the head of the preposition, and Canada is the complement of. So we've actually seen this example before, so we can finish this off like we had before. So map of Canada with a glossy legend. Okay, so with a glossy legend. Well, with is, of course, the head of the prepositional phrase, because it is the preposition, and it has to be with something, so that something is going to be the complement. Now we have a glossy legend. So well, that's a determiner, that's our specifier, that's going to be daughter of the NP, sister to the N bar. And now we have glossy legend. Well, glossy is an adjective modifying legend, so glossy is an adjunct, which means glossy is going to be the sister of an N bar and daughter of an N bar. Okay, and this is an adjective phrase, so of course we have to have the bar level and the head as well. And then finally, legend is the head of the noun phrase. So here's our tree for the map of Canada with a glossy legend. So again, the important thing here is that with a glossy legend is an adjunct for map, which means it's going to be the daughter of an N bar and sister of an N bar, while the complement of Canada is going to be the daughter of an N bar and sister of the head. Okay? And again, how do we check this? Well, we check the ordering. So complement closer to the head than an adjunct. If you flip them around, the meaning changes, which means that we do have a complement and an adjunct. But if they're both adjuncts, then you can flip the meaning, or you can flip the order and the meaning stays the same. Okay. So again, put questions in the comments about the tree if you're a little bit confused. But I will move to another example here. So eats dinner with his wife. Okay? Eats dinner with his wife. So with his wife is an adjunct, and dinner is a complement. So we can't say eats with his wife dinner. No, our complement has to be right after the head, which is the verb here. If these were both adjuncts, then we could switch them. So eats with his wife at noon. Eats at noon with his wife. Those are both adjuncts. At noon is an adjunct, with his wife is an adjunct. But dinner is the object of what's being eaten, so it's the complement of eat. Okay, let's draw this one too. Let's draw eats dinner with his wife. So this is a verb phrase. So with his wife is an adjunct. Dinner is a complement. So we don't have any specifiers. We can go straight to a V-bar level. But with his wife is going to be an adjunct, so it's daughter to a V-bar and sister to a V-bar. So, of course, with his wife. So with is the head of the prepositional phrase. His wife, we don't want to get into possessive structure right now, so we'll call this an NP complement. And I'm going to do his wife like this. We'll get to possessive structure shortly, but not now. Okay, then eats dinner. Well, dinner is a complement, so it's going to be daughter of a V-bar and sister to the head. So eats is the verb, and dinner is the complement, which is a whole noun phrase. So I will draw it out with the bar levels and the head. So eats dinner with his wife. Again, this PP is an adjunct and this NP is a complement. So they have different positions. The adjunct, daughter to a V-bar, sister to a V-bar. Complement, daughter of a V-bar, sister to a V. Different positions. Just keep that in mind. Okay. So we've done two of these complement adjuncts. Now let's do a ridiculously challenging sentence. Okay. The old man from Washington found crates of fish at the supermarket. Okay. Yeah, super complicated, but it's good. I'm going to expose you to something super difficult, and next video we'll do some more practice. So we've been working from the top down. We can also work from the bottom up. And the first thing we do when we work from the bottom up is we label all our nodes. So the is a determiner, old is an adjective, man is a noun, from is a preposition, Washington is a noun, found is a verb, crates is a noun, of is a preposition, fish is a noun, at is a preposition, the is a determiner, and supermarket is a noun. If you're confused about these labelings, you might want to go check out the nouns, verbs, and adjectives videos just to make sure you can label these. Okay, now we really have to think about the sentence, right? We have to think about things. So, the old man from Washington. So, from Washington is another modifier on man, so this is an adjunct. You know, we don't have to say the man from Washington. That's not required information, it's optional. Same with old. Old is also a modifier of man. So we have two modifiers of man there. We have two adjuncts for man. Okay, found crates of fish. at the supermarket. Okay, so at the supermarket is also an adjunct because it describes where things were found. So this describes found. This is an adjunct for found. Crates of fish. Okay, so this is one of those things like the map of Canada where we can't say the one of Canada. So the map of Canada and the one of Spain, that's a little weird. So we say it's a complement, that of Spain. So we can't say the crates of fish and the one of beef. That's weird too. So this is going to be a complement to crates. Okay. Okay. We'll visit that test a little bit later. So this is pretty difficult. So we can start taking a look at determiners. That's kind of where I like to start. So let's do at the supermarket first. So a determiner is a specifier. So it's going to be the daughter of an NP and sister of an N bar. Okay, so we'll have a structure for the supermarket such like that. And the supermarket is a complement of at. So we'll draw this together as a P bar, and this goes up to a prepositional phrase. So we're drawing bottom up here. It's a little bit harder to visualize sometimes. But the supermarket, this is a constituent. At the supermarket is another constituent. And the supermarket is the complement of at. Therefore, it goes to the P bar level. So it's daughter of a P bar, sister to a P. Okay. This is going to connect to found at some point. But let's do of fish. So of fish. Well, of fish, let's keep the same color. So of fish, fish is the complement to of. So it's going to be the daughter of a P bar, sister of a P. We'll go up to a prepositional phrase. And of fish is a complement of crates. So again, we have the of fish being the daughter of the N bar and sister to the N. Okay, finally, found crates of fish at the supermarket. So crates of fish is the object of found. So this is the complement of found. So we can connect that to the V bar level. And then this at the supermarket is an adjunct. So we can connect it to another V bar level. And finally, put the whole verb phrase up to a VP. So found crates of fish at the supermarket is a predicate verb phrase. Okay, so we have the VP part. And we'll just put this up to a TP for now for tense phrase. We won't worry too much about tense yet. We'll get to that later. Okay. The old man from Washington. Okay, so man has two adjuncts. It has from Washington. So let's do from Washington. Well, Washington is the complement of the preposition from. So that will be the daughter to a P bar, sister to a P, and that will go up to a prepositional phrase. Okay, so man from Washington. Okay, so this will connect at an N bar level because from Washington is an adjunct. And then old. So old is also an adjunct. So we'll just connect it to another N bar level. So here we have two adjuncts. We have daughter to an N bar, sister to an N bar. Then we also have this prepositional phrase, daughter to an N bar, sister to an N bar. So we create multiple adjuncts just by making more N bar levels. That's all we do. That's how we deal with multiple adjuncts. Okay, the order does not matter so much. You could make a case for it, but constituency tests will group either together in either way. So whichever one you want to connect first, go for it. And then finally the. So the is a specifier. So this will connect as a daughter of a noun phrase and sister to an N bar. And this will connect all to a TP. So here it is. Here is the tree for the old man from Washington found crates of fish at the supermarket. It is complicated. I definitely would not expect anybody to be able to fully understand this the first time going through the video without taking notes, without doing other examples, sentences, without taking time to really study why each constituent is the way it is. Okay, so if you got this far and you're still a little confused, I recommend going through the video again, finding some other resources online, or asking questions in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them, and as always, this stuff is hard, so don't feel bad if you don't get it the first time. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video.